So here we are then, here for the third Belgian Grand Prix in IFC, here for Tier 1 this time. So we've got the fastest drivers here in IFC, all ready to hit the track here in the Belgian Grand Prix. It's going to be a very interesting race. Obviously there's a lot of action that is just around the corner, we're just waiting for. And we're about to get underway for qualifying 1 here. So here we are then, qualifying 1 here for the Belgian Grand Prix. We've got 19 drivers in. Eli will be joining us very shortly. So we should have a full grid here for the Grand Prix. So it should be action-packed for 22 laps around this circuit. Obviously one of the drivers' favourites here, Spa-Francorchamps. A lot of elevation change. A lot of twisty and tight corners, very high speed. You've got Pouon, for instance, Rouge. Then there's also some low speed corners, such as the bus stop chicane. We've got drivers coming out onto the track. Pretty sure that is an Alfa Romeo of JM, who's going to be the first person to cross the line. He seems to be on medium tyres. I'm not sure what everyone else is on. There we go. You can have a look now. So yeah, it's going to be the Alfa Romeo, first one to cross the line and start his lap. A couple of people, I think that's Louis going out on intermediate tyres, just to make sure that everything is working alright. Seems like a lot of people have chosen the balanced option in the tyre allocation, so they're going out on a set of medium tyres. Yeah, pretty much it. Oh, big snap there from JM. Luckily, he didn't crash into the wall, and that might have been his session over. This track, obviously, very dangerous. Obviously, a couple of passings in the recent years. Antoine Hubert was one of them. Very unfortunate. Yeah. Oh, JM's gone round there. So I think that's an Alpine that's overtook him. Not sure who that is actually. I think it's FZ. No, it's not. It's the other Alpine. Kiwi. So with Kiwi now, first person to set a lap time in the Alpine. There's also JSR who's going on intermediate tyres, and I think that's Niall as well. Yeah, it is going on mediums. A lot of people, not inters, even he's going on inters. A lot of people choosing the medium tyres. As Kiwi now starts his lap, takes a wide line to get the best exit possible. Opens his DRS on the start-finish straight, barreling down into turn 1, heavy braking zone, so you've got to get it right. Make sure you don't lock the rears. Seems like he's got it perfect. Gets it hooked up the apex nicely. Almost touches the curb, not quite. Now all the way down up into Rouge and Radion. Very popular corner. This is in the F1 calendar. Flies up the hill, very nice there. Doesn't cut the corners. Now onto the Kemmel straight. He's going to have DRS, one of probably the longest straight on the entire track, reaching speeds of over 210 miles an hour. 30.0 is the middle sector for the Alpine. Pretty decent time. He now rides the curbs coming through the chicane. It doesn't invalidate on exit, which is very easy to do. Now coming down into the hairpin, very slow compared to some of the corners on the track. Gets it hooked up nicely. Now coming into the corner with no name. Doesn't invalidate, and it doesn't take the esports line that some drivers do. Now through to Pouon, a very fast, long right-hander. Gets it hooked up very nicely, keeps it tight to the left. Now coming through into the chicane very fast. Make sure you don't spin on that inside curb. He doesn't. He keeps it hooked up very nicely. Now coming down into the last corner of Sector 2. We'll have to see what his middle split is. It's going to be 1:15.685. Very decent time for the medium tyres. Doesn't touch the curb on the outside, or that will send your car flying into the barriers. Now down the straight with quite a few corners in it, so it's not technically a straight. Gets it hooked up very nicely. Doesn't invalidate on the exit. Now through to the bus stop chicane. Gets it stopped nicely. Hooks it up to the apex. Now he's onto the start finish straight again. Opens his DRS and across the line. It's going to be a 1:44.1. Very nice lap there. It's going to be Haas next across the line. It's going to be Otis Beckmars through the bus stop chicane. Doesn't seem like he's on a lap though actually. So yep, he's going to come into the pits. Next person is going to be an Alfa Romeo of JM, but he's spun on his outlap and he's invalidated as well. So it will not be him next across the line. We've got an Alpine of FZ coming around the final corner now. He does a 44.8, puts him to P2 behind his teammate Kiwi though. Next across the line is an Aston Martin, I'm pretty sure, of Nick. Opens his DRS now across the line. Oh, sorry about that. He's gone up into P3. Also Mazepin went up into P3 now. It's Carsi goes up into P1 with a 43 dead, but he is on soft tyres. We've got JSR on some intermediate tyres, so he's not going to set a representative time. It's going to be Gibbsy, but he's not on a lap, doesn't seem. So it's going to be TJ. He's also not on. Oh no, he is on a lap actually. Let's see what he can do. It seems like JM has retired. He's crashed just out of the hairpin there, so that's not best news for the Alfa Romeo team. Into the chicane we go. Gets it hooked up quite nicely. Doesn't opt to use the curb, but he does use the second one. Opens DRS now, and across the line it's going to be a 45.1. Goes up into P7. Last of the people who have actually set lap times. Monumental, he's going to come into the pits. We've got, I don't know who this next person is, but I'm pretty sure they're on an in-lap. So it's going to be Dracaris, I'm pretty sure, next person as he comes through Puon. Gets it very nicely through there, takes the wider line compared to Kiwi. Now through to the chicane, gets it hooked up nicely, doesn't opt to use the curb, which can spin you off, but he does use the second curb. So that might give him a little bit of time. Now coming through into the end of Sector 2. It's an 18.8. I don't think he's on a lap actually. So that's my mistake. That's Taylor up the road. He's not on a lap either. That's Rambo who's on the lap actually. Coming through the chicane. Gets it hooked up very nicely. He's on soft tyres, so expect a pretty fast lap time of 15.7 from the middle sector. Says it's purple, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Now coming through into the final sector, you might get a little bit of traffic. There's yellow flags just ahead, just some cars going slowly on preparation laps. Gets it very nicely through there, doesn't use the curb, which can unsettle the car. Through to the bus stop chicane, gets it stopped very nicely, hooks it up to the apex, hooks the second apex as well, opens DRS now, across the line it's going to be 1:44.1, goes up into P2 as it stands, as that's Carsi that's retired. He thinks he's done enough. The current championship leader looking to extend his championship lead. We've got Otis Beckmars, he's not on a lap. So it's going to be Gibbsy who's invalidated. Kuroki is on an out lap. So it's Niles just starting a lap. So it's going to be, I'm pretty sure that's his teammate. Jesper, he's on an out lap. So it's going to be Taylor who's 5 seconds down. So he's not on a lap either. Monumental, seem like he's on a lap. Nolan also on an out lap. JSR out lap as well. A lot of people on out laps right now. We've got Louis though, who should be the next person to cross the line. Through the hairpin we go. It doesn't spin it on exit and crash into the barrier on the right. Oh, bit of a snap on the exit there, but he managed to catch it, and he shouldn't lose too much time from that. Through Puon we go. Takes a little bit of a wider line there, but he gets it hooked up quite nicely. A bit of a wider line as well. Coming to exit. Takes a little bit of outside curb and inside curb as well for the chicane, but he manages to get it hooked up nicely. Now coming into the end of Sector 2. He's going to do a 1 minute 15.3. Purple Sector 2 it says. This could be a provisional pole position time. Now coming through into the third sector. Very nicely there. Doesn't take the curb. He gets very close to it though. Luckily he doesn't touch it and his car doesn't get unsettled. Through the bus stop chicane we go. Very late braking. Possibly little bit too late and got a bit deep. Now he opens his DRS. It's going to be a 1 minute 43.6. Puts him up into P2 right now. But there's still a lot of people to set lap times. We've got a Mercedes of Niall coming through the last chicane on medium tyres. Let's see what he does. Opens his DRS now. Across the line, it's going to be a 44.9. He only goes up into P10. So I don't think that will be enough to get him into the next part of qualifying. Got an Alpine of FZ on a lap, seems. Coming through the final sector. Now in the bus stop chicane actually, so he gets it hooked up very nicely, takes a lot of curb, and he's just starting a lap actually. My mistake. That's not Gibbsy. That's Gibbsy, but he's not on a lap just yet. Croaky, he's not on a lap either, so it's going to be Jesper in the other Mercedes to set a lap time on some soft tyres. Gets it very nice through there in that Mercedes car. Now through the bus stop chicane. Hooked up very nicely, touched the apex, both of them he managed to hook up. Opens his DRS now, it's a 43.5, goes up into P2 just ahead of Louis, and Taylor's been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. Looks like he's spun out of it and he's got disqualified for it, so I'm not sure what happened there, possibly a game mistake. Nolan though, he's on a lap. He's done a 15.4 in the middle sector. Very, very decent time for the AlphaTauri driver. Now coming through into the bus stop chicane. Gets it nicely. Doesn't go too deep. Now he's going to have to open his DRS across the line. It's going to be a 44 dead. Puts him into P4. But JSR instantly beats him with a 43.7. So that number 4 position filled up by the McLaren driver right now. Rambo comes into the pits. Got Niall also coming to the pits. Don't know what's happening there. Obviously this pit lane very tight, so it's easy to do. Seems like FZ's on a lap now in the final sector. Why has it done that? Gets it hooked up very nicely, so fast these F1 cars through these corners. Now in the bus stop chicane, gets it hooked up to the apex very nicely there. Rides the curb a little bit, across the line. It's going to be a 44.6. Does improve on his time, I think, and he goes up into P11. Actually stays in P11, so it might not be enough for him as Eli and Jimp join the session. Don't think there's enough space for Jimp though. We've got a Red Bull of Croaky. He's going up into P12 with a 44.8 on medium tyres though. So don't expect too much just yet. Jesper, he's going to come into the pits as Jim leaves the session. Mazepin is starting a lap now. Obviously one of the title contenders against Carsi right now, who's currently on provisional pole position. Got Otis Beckmars, I'm pretty sure. No, it's his teammate TJ. He was next across the line. Opens his DRS. Across the line, it's a 43.9. Goes up into P5 just ahead of Nolan. That might be enough to get him through into the next part of qualifying. His teammate Otis Beckmars about to start a lap. Meanwhile, the person that's behind his teammate, Nolan, has invalidated. JSR, he's also invalidated. Seems like we've got an Alpine of Kiwi who's just about to start his lap. Meanwhile, his teammate FZ, he's not on a lap. It doesn't seem as Eli joins back after his disconnect. Rambo's retired. He seems to think that he has done enough. We've got Croaky, who's invalidated. Gibbsy's on an out lap, so it's going to be Mazepin, the next person to cross the line. It's 8 thousandths up in his first sector time. That will not be enough really to get him up any positions. Now coming through into the second sector chicane very nicely there for the Ferrari driver. Manages to get the apex very nicely through this corner. Takes a lot of entry curb, and it's paid dividends for him. He's 6/10 up on his time, so he'll be around about in P2 right now, still behind his championship rival though. Coming through in the second sector now. These F1 cars, they are absolutely rapid now. After the evolution that they've gone through. Into the final chicane we go. Brakes very late. Manages to get the apex though. Both of them he managed to hit across the line now, and it's going to be a 1 minute 43.5. Goes up into P3, 200ths behind Jesper in P2. We've got Otis Beckmars on a lap through the middle sector split. He does a 16.1. Pretty decent, but it might not be enough to get him into the next part of qualifying. Coming through into the last sector now, hooks it up very nicely to the apex. Now into the bus stop chicane, hooks it up on there. Oh, takes a lot of entry curb there, maybe a little bit too much to unsettle the car. Across the line, it's a 44.3, plus him up to the P11 as it stands. We've got Niall, who's going to start a lap now. Surprised he didn't validate there. He almost went over the line. As Louis is retired, he thinks he's also done enough. Monumental just starting a lap now with 3 minutes left to go in this session. Got Kiwi next across the line. He's not on a lap time. Both Aston Martins. It's going to be Nick first, giving a little bit of a slipstream to his teammate in behind, who's not on a lap actually. So it will be Nick to cross the line. It seems like he is on a lap. No, he's not. My mistake. Got Gibbsy, I'm pretty sure that is, about to finally finish a lap. 14.9 in the middle sector. That is absolutely rapid. Now opens his DRS. Across the line, it's going to be a 43.6. Goes up into P4, just behind Mazepin in his Ferrari. Speaking of Mazepin, he's in the final sector now, but he's not on a lap yet. Eli, he's on out lap, so we'll see what time he does towards the end of the session. Got Otis, who's not on a lap. His teammate TJ, he's not on a lap either. We've got an AlphaTauri of Monumental. He will be the next person to finish a lap. Coming through Puon now. Gets it hooked up to the apex very nicely. Takes a little bit of a wider line on exit as Mazepin retires. Takes a lot of entry curb into the chicane. Gets it hooked up very nicely as also Kiwi now retires. Takes a lot of curb on the inside. Doesn't unsettle his car though. 15.8 in the middle sector. So that'll put him around about in P13 right now. If Nolan retires, he thinks he's done enough as well. Now coming through into the final sector. Seems like Monumental will get through into the next part of qualifying with this lap as it stands. Coming through the bus stop chicane, gets it hooked up nicely to both apexes. Opening his DRS now across the line. It's going to be a 144.1. Only just puts him up into the top 10. Got Mercedes, no, it's FZ, just starting a lap now. Jesper also retires from this session. Got Niall, who's just starting his lap as well. And Aston Martin, who's crossing the line now. 43.4 for Nick. Very nice lap time. Puts him into P2. But it's still Carsey on top. Gibbsy, I think he's just going for a lap. No, he's going to come into the pits. Dracaris, he's invalidated. Croaky, he doesn't seem to be on a lap. So we've got Eli, next person to cross the line. 16.6 in the middle sector. That I'm pretty sure that will not be enough to get through to the next part of qualifying for his McLaren with that Lando Norris helmet. So let's see what time he does in the number 69 McLaren. Now coming down into the chicane. Oh, a bit of hesitation there. So maybe not. He might not get through into the next part of qualifying, and he doesn't. But I think that was just a preparation lap. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. We've got Otis Beckmars. He's 4/10 up on his time now, coming into the last sector. See what he can do. Coming into the bus stop chicane. Does he get it stopped nicely? Yes, he does, and he gets it up to the apexes as well. Opening his DRS now, and across the line, it's going to be a 1 minute 44.3. Only just gets him out of the drop zone as it stands. We've got Niall, who's in the drop zone. He's 5/10 up on his time, so this could be enough to get him through into the next part of qualifying, but he still needs a couple of temps to guarantee his slot into the bus stop chicane. Oh, he misses the apex a little bit on the inside. That will hinder his lap time. Opening DRS. What time is it going to be? It's going to be a 44.3. Niall might be safe. F said, is he improving? Yes, he is. He's improved massively. 43.3 up into P2. So he knocks Niall out. That's Dracaris, I think. He's not on a lap time though. Croaky, he needs this lap time. He's 7/10 up on his personal best right now. So this will put him through into the next part of qualifying. Excuse me. In the final sector we go. On board with the Red Bull through the bus stop chicane. Does he get it hooked up nicely? Yes, he does. Unlike Niall, who's currently out. Opening DRS, and across the line it's going to be a 43.7. Croaky is through to the next part of qualifying. Eli, he needs this lap time. He's only 2/10 up on his time though. This will definitely not be enough for him to get him through to the next part of qualifying. What's it going to be? It's going to be a 1 minute 44.8, and he's out. Oh man. So that is qualifying 1 done and dusted for tier 1 here. So Carsey tops it with that blistering lap time as a 43.0. Absolutely dominant performance. But he's going to beat Dracaris, Niall, Eli, JM and Taylor all out of qualifying 1. And I think that's Otis Beckmars who just scrapes through. 10 thousandths got through by. 30 thousandths separate P15 down to P17 as Dracaris has left the session. So it's incredibly tight here, and it's left some drivers unfortunate and out of qualifying 1. But now we go through into the next part of qualifying 2, to determine who goes through into the top 10 shootout. Oh, Georgie, what do you want me to sing then? Go on. You get to choose a song. While we wait for that, oh, Jay. Anyway, qualifying 2 about to get underway. As soon as these sing us from sing us from the Song of the Piano Man F1 theme tune. Right, I'll do George's first because I have no clue what Jay's is. Jay, I have no clue what that song is. I'll be back in 1 second.
Sweet Caroline, bow, bow, bow. Good times never seem so good.
Thank you, Georgie, by the way. Here we go then, qualifying 2. We've got the Red Bull of Louis, the first person to set a lap time here. Oh, thanks, Jay. Oh, I hate Niall so... Don't do it. Do not do it. If I were you, Jay, if I were you, I'd save your points until me and Niall next stream something, probably tier 3 in this coming weekend, in this coming week even. But yeah, Louis, the first person to cross the line. I'll add an extra. Wow, this is. Thanks, guys. I didn't know my voice was that good. Anyway, Louis will be the first person. He hasn't validated his lap, but it's only an out lap, so it doesn't matter yet. Through the bus stop chicane we go. He's about to start his lap. Should take a wide line. I'm not going to commentate his lap. You can listen to these F1 engines roar around the Circuit Spa de Francorchamps. Never mind, Jay's asked me to sing something. Mate, I ain't even racing. Due I am at my... I've never watched Moana. That's kind of... I know that's kind of controversial, but I've never watched Moana. Sorry to disappoint you, dude. Fuck the blues? What the fuck is that? Wait, I'm not a music guy, to be honest. If you to ask Niall, he'd probably know. Right, Jacob. Jacob, just go bring it to me. Just go, come bring it to me then. Well, oh, big snap there from Louis. He's all over the place, and he's off into the gravel. I thought he caught it at first, but fortunately, he didn't. No, Jay, you've got to choose. So it's gonna be Carsey with a 14.8 in the middle sector. Thank you. See what time he does through the final chicane. We go now on board with the Williams. Gets it hooked up very nicely to the apex, as he would do. It's a world-class driver you are watching right here. Opens his DRS. It's going to be a 42.9. Absolutely flying. Louis just doing a preparation lap there. TJ goes up to P3. Kroki does a 44.4. Sorry that I'm eating on stream, by the way. Mazepin goes up into P2.
Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Street lights, people. Don't stop believing.
There you go, Jay. Anyway, back to the action. It seems like Rambo got up into P5, FZ got up into P4, Jesper up into P3, all in the 1-minute 43s as well. Nick in P7 with a 44.3, JSR next across the line. What football team do I support? I support Manchester United. 44.4 from JSR puts him up into P9. Last of all the people who have set a representative times. Otis Beckmars next across the line. Yeah, shut up, Jay. Opens DRS. Let's see what time he does. 44.4 goes up into P9, just ahead of JSR. For that, you're sick. Oh yes, this is a brilliant song.
Rising up, back on the street. Did my time, took my chances. With the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and his will to survive. So many times, it happens too fast. You change your passion for glory. Don't lose the grip on the dreams of the past. You must fight just to keep them alive. It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight, rising up to the challenge of our rival.
That all day. You guys are asking me to sing songs that I have no clue what they are. Pretty sure we got Mazepin coming into the pit, so we've got Aston Martin of Nick next across the line, who's not on a lap. So be JSR, who's also not on a lap. Do you know ABBA? Yes, I do know ABBA. Otis Beckmars seems like he is. Sing a city song. I don't know. That's enough now, lads. Thanks, Dan. Otis is going to come into the pits. And Kiwi just starting a lap now. So got Gibbsy, who's invalidated. It's going to be Nolan next across the line. Sing, gimme him.
Gimme, gimme, gimme a man after midnight.
You had to choose that one, didn't you? Seems like Nolan is doing pretty decent. Coming through into the end of sector 2. Let's see what he does. There's 15.9. Not the best middle sector, not optimal. Fine.
Sweet.
You had to do that for me, didn't you? Nolan in the final sector. Let's see what he does. Coming into the bus stop chicane. Don't get blocked by the Alfa Romeo there. Nicely moves out the way. Number 73. Oh, for fuck's sake, Jay.
Sweet.
And it seems like Nolan will not be through into the next part of qualifying. Got Kiwi next person to cross the line. Purple middle sector, it says. This could be an absolutely flying lap here from Kiwi. There's a little bit of a lag spike there for myself. In the final sector though, towards the bus stop chicane, he gets it stopped very nicely there, coming and then hooks it up to the apex as well. Opens his DRS now, and across the line is going to do a 1 minute 43.9, goes up into P7. $29.9 for the first sector for Louis. Pretty decent time there. Dan, if you don't mind, can you change like some of these channel points? Because I'm pretty sure half of these are far too cheap. I think Niall changed them the other day, but like, yeah, they were expensive before, but now they're too cheap. If you get what I mean. Louis, middle sector, 15.0. Very nice there. Says it's purple. I won't believe that if I were you. In the final sector now, see what he can do in the Red Bull. His teammate currently in P9, so this could push his teammate towards the relegation zone. Into the bus stop chicane we go. Very nice there. Opens his DRS, and across the line it's going to be a 43.1. Puts him up into P2. Got Otis Beckmars next. Never mind, he's not on a lap. Nick, that is? No, he's not. Kiwi, he's not on a lap, so it could be JSR, who's done a 29.9 in the first sector. Pretty decent. Niall! Go on then, Niall, what do you want?
Daddy's cash, boy. Daddy's cash. Ain't got no talent cash, boy. Daddy's cash.
Lads, stop now. Thank you, Dan. But to be honest, Niall didn't do one, so. Jesper retired. He thinks he's done enough. Into the final chicane now. For JSR, let's see what he can do. Opening his DRS, and across the line it's going to be a 43.4 up into P5. Gibbsy next across the line. Just starting a lap now. So it'll be Nick, Rambo retired. Bit risky for me if I was him. Actually, no, never mind. There's 8 tenths clear. Croaky about to start a lap as well. We've got AlphaTauri of Monumental, who's just preparing his lap as well. So it's Otis Beckmars, who's 7 tenths up. Into the bus stop chicane now, gets it hooked up very nicely. What time's it going to be? He's going to open his DRS now, and across the line it's going to be a 1:43.6. That might put him through into the next part of qualifying. Gibbsy will be next across the line. Not sure if you heard what I said about the channel points, Dan, but do you mind doing that ASAP, you know? As you can obviously tell that we're getting a couple of issues from it. As Gibbsy's invalidated. So you got FZ, outlap. So it's going to be Nick next across the line. Never mind, he's invalidated. So it'll be Otis. I don't know, it's going to be TJ, who's on an outlap. Kiwi, also on an outlap, so it should be Croaky, I'm pretty sure. Who's spun. In typical Croaky fashion, he's spun. Yeah, so we've got Monumental next across the line. He's 21 seconds up on his time, but to be honest, his time is 2:15. Get Danny raked. Thanks. And it seems like Monumental's backed off. Don't know why. Nolan, his teammate though, he seems to be on a lap. Into the final chicane now. Oh wait, no, he's just preparing one. God damn it. Louis, he's also preparing one. It's going to be Otis Beckmars, who's invalidated. So we've got Gibbsy will be the next person to cross the line. Here we go then, Gibbsy through the middle sector, he's done a 15 dead. 9 tenths up on his time right now, so this will put him around about P9. Still at risk as Monumental has crashed up Rouge. So that's not good for him. Gibbsy now through the final sector in his number 2 Alfa Romeo into the bus stop chicane, gets it stopped very nicely there. Coming into, and he gets it hooked up very nicely to both apexes. Opening DRS now across the line, it's a 43.5. Might be enough to get him through. But we've got likes like Kiwi and all that on laps. FZ, he needs this, he might need this lap time. 43.1 puts him up into P3. You got his teammate Kiwi. But first we've got TJ, who needs this lap, otherwise he might be out. And he does a 43.3, so he's definitely through to the next part of qualifying. Kiwi next across the line, he's going to do a 43.4. Goes up into P8. Maybe Rambo's decision to retire wasn't a good one. Nolan's invalidated, so Croaky needs his lap time to get out of the bottom 5 right now. Into the bus stop chicane we now go. Braking quite late there into the chicane, gets it hooked up nicely to both apexes, chucking the car through the corners, opening DRS. Across the line, it's going to be a 43.5. Just puts him through into the next part of qualifying and knocks out Gibbsy. Otis Beckmars, he is out. He's 1.1 seconds down on his time. So there are your bottom 5. Gibbsy, Otis, Nick, Nolan and Monumental. Oh, why is the safety car coming out on track? So there we go then. Qualifying 2 ended. And yet again, Carsi in P1 with an absolute blistering time as a 42.9. But the bottom 5, as I say again, Gibbsy the Englishman, Otis the Swedeman, Nick the Dutchman, and 2 Britishmen of Nolan and Monumental all out. But now we get through to Q3 with 10 drivers battling for pole position. Just Codemaster thing, sending to the safety car out in quali. I'll tell you what, just as a warning to you guys, it might be out on the track when you are racing around, so hopefully it's not, fingers crossed, but just a word of warning. Here we are then, qualifying 3 for the Belgian Grand Prix. It's going to be a Red Bull, the first person to get out onto the track. I think it's going to be Louis, actually. Yes, it is, but he's beaten to it by Carsi, the provisional pole position sitter. Probably my bet for pole position right now. And absolutely the blistering fast driver. Yeah. So just wait for Carsi to start his lap. The runner-up in last season's championship to FZ. But I think he's lucky for this championship now, although he's in a bit of a championship fight with Mazepin as it stands. But don't know what. I think Carsi is in the lead, and then it's Mazepin 17 points behind. But it's not the traditional point system here in IFC of 25, 18, etc, etc. We've got points all the way down to the top, all the way down to P15 from P1. First place is 34 points. I'm not sure about the rest. I couldn't tell you. But it seems like Carsi's been overtaken by Louis, so it's gonna be Louis the first person to hit a lap time. Seems like the safety car isn't out on the track, so we should be alright. Louis just aggressively warming his tyres up there. And he's got overtaken by Carsi, so again, it's going to be Carsi, first person to set a lap time. As he takes a wide line through the bus stop chicane. God's sake, Eli. Now down into turn 1. DRS open, gets it hooked up to the apex very nicely there. Eli, I'll do it after the qualifying session when Foreman's lap. So, promise. Don't remind me if I don't. Upper Rouge now for Carsi. Very nicely there. Gets it hooked up very nicely. Absolutely flying is the Williams driver. Opens his DRS all the way down the Kemmel straight now. See what time he does. It's going to be a 1 minute. It's going to be a 29.8. Absolutely rapid first sector. It seems like he might have been beaten by Louis. I'm not too sure. Through the middle. Give me a minute, Eli. Through the middle sector we now go. Through the hairpin. Gets it hooked up very nicely there. Keeps it tight. Out through to the corner with no name. Ooh, very nice there. Gets close to track limits, but not over the lines, and crucially. Now through Pouon. Oh, bit of a slide on entry. Ria's locking a little bit for the Williams driver. Maybe that's just a little to help a little bit with rotation. Through the chicane we now go. Wow, he's absolutely flying through here. Gets it hooked up so nicely. Touching the curbs. The car will just live with it. Now through into the middle sector split, 14.4, absolutely rapid middle sector. Now through the final sector we go. Seems like he's going to absolutely smash the lap record around here. I'm not sure what it is, but we'll see. Through the bus stop chicane we now go. Race super late. Gets it hooked up to the apex though. Very nicely there from Carsey. Opens his DRS. What's it going to be? It's a 1 minute 42.4. Absolutely flying there from the Williams driver. Got Rambo in his Ferrari next to cross the line. Is he going to be able to even match Carsey's pace at this point? Through the bus stop chicane. Oh, I'm a little bit squirmish through it, and then opens DRS now to 43.2. Goes up into P2 provisionally. We've then got I don't know, it was FZ that crossed the line. Croaky's next, and then it's going to be his teammate Louis. So Croaky goes up into P2, Jesper now up into P4, Mazepin up into P3. We've got JSR next across the line. He goes up into P6. I can't keep up with everybody. We've got Kiwi next across the line through the bus stop chicane. It seems like he isn't on a representative time. TJ has invalidated.
Oh, I'm a Barbie girl. Yes, I'm a Barbie girl. Oh, I'm a young.
Oh yeah, no, that. Oh my god, I don't even know what it is. I can't. It's gone out of my head. I can't fucking remember the song. OMG, you. I can't remember it. I'ma send you it. No! I was singing the bloody Gummy Bear song. Yeah, absolutely blistering time there from Carsey. 42.4. I don't think anyone's going to beat that. He's 5/10 ahead of the field. No more singing, please. Didn't see a message then. Right, chat, I'm sorry, but this is Dan's orders. I'm not allowed to sing anymore. I mean, you could do Baby Shark. Baby Shark do 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 do. Baby Shark do 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 do. Baby Shark do 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 do. Baby Shark. Four minutes left in the session. Everybody's in the pits, so we got absolutely no action at all. Eli, why would I look at you? Yeah, I checked. I saw it in DMs. I sung Baby Shark for you. Activity in the pit lane as we've got Louis, first person. Haha for few. Oh, okay, thanks. I literally sung it the other day. I don't know why I can't remember it. Yeah, Louis will be the first person to set a lap time. Eli, I'm not saving it to my playlist. You don't remember it then? Mate, I'll listen to it on the day when I'm commentating, just in case it comes up. I should remember it because I'll be scarred for life after this moment. I don't know why I could hear pit stop noises. So here we go then. Louis about to start his final lap of the weekend here. Last lap in anger. Opens his DRS. He's looking for pole position. Currently he hasn't set a representative time. Into turn 1 now. Gets it hooked up to the apex very nicely. Little bit wide for my liking. Thanks for the prime. 9 months. Yes, I agree, Eli. Let's have a fun season. Up Rouge for Louis. Seems very nice through there. He's very fast. Opening DRS. Now pulling towards the left to get the best entry possible. So 29.8 in the middle sector. He's 0.3 up. Through the chicane, we now go a little bit wide on the exit, but he doesn't get it validated. Through the hairpin, we now go. Oh, big snap on the exit. Through the corner with no name. Another big snap on the exit. That's not invalidated though, but he did go over the white lines. Luckily, he didn't invalidate. Through Pouon, we now go. Gets it hooked up very nicely. Doesn't spin on the way through the corner. Now into the chicane yet again. Gets it hooked up very nicely. Oh, big snap. That will have lost him quite a lot of time, but he's still going for, to give credit to him, really. 15.1 in the middle sector. That's a pretty decent for middle sector. Rambo has gone into the pit lane to retire from the session. Checkered flag is probably about to fall. I can't check. Through the last sector, we now go on board with Louis. As checkered flag has now fallen. JSR has crashed at the chicane, so he will not be contending for pole position. Opens DRS as Louis. Across the line, it's a 43.3. Only goes up into P5. He will not be happy about that. Mazepin, can he snatch pole position away from his championship rival? At the moment, it doesn't seem like he will be able to. Through this chicane, we now go the bus stop chicane. Opening DRS. What's it going to be? It's a 43 dead. Doesn't manage to move up any positions just yet. We've got FZ next across the line, the reigning world champion. Let's see what he can do. Across, opening DRS, across the line, it's a 42.6. Goes up into P2, but still behind his previous championship rival. TJ has invalidated, Carsi has invalidated, crucially. Got Kiwi next across the line. Let's see what he can do through the last sector we go. Down towards the bus stop chicane. What can he do? Hooks it up to the apex very nicely. Gets the second one hooked up as well. Opening DRS now. Across the line, it's going to be a 42.9. Goes up into P4. And we've got Jesper next across the line. 43 dead. Goes up into P5. Croaky will be next across the line. He's 2 or so tenths up. He wants to get onto the front row for the first time in Season 7. Gets it hooked up to the apex there. Gets the second one hooked up as well. Opening DRS now. Across the line, it's a 42.7. Does he get P2? Doesn't seem like he does. P3 for the Red Bull driver. But it's still Carsi on pole position. Track facts. We've used the... this track has been around since the 1960s. In 1994, Rouge was changed for a chicane. There you go. Carsi on pole position here by 0.2 of a second. But he's topped all 3 sessions here. Then we've got FZ's previous championship rival in P2, Kuroki P3, Kiwi P4, Jesper P5, Mazepin P6 with his teammate alongside him in P7, Louis P8, JSR P9 and TJ in P10. That's qualifying over, now we head on to the race. Yeah, that's your little fact for you, Niall. 1994, Rouge, the corner right there, was changed for a chicane due to the passing of Roland Ratzenberger and Senna. Obviously, we will never forget the events that happened in Imola 1994 that shaped Formula 1 today. And yet again, the pit crew are inside of each other. Just something that I've been keeping an eye on in the past few races. Niall Guillot's left the session. I'll invite him back. What? What do you mean, Dan? Oh! Haha! I didn't mean it to be like that, Dan. Sorry. Here we go then. Formation lap about to start. To be lead by Carsey. Yeah, Dan. And that's not what I'm. Oh, for God's sake. Oh. Didn't mean it to be that way. Anyway, formation lap is going to be led by FZ, it seems. Not sure what's happened there. Let's see what tyres everyone's on. A lot of people on hards. Gibbsy's gone for a risk on the softs. Carsey's been disqualified. You're getting sacked. No! Dan, I'm sorry. Mate, I'm one of the only commentators that is actually semi-decent, in my opinion. Scully, you... Wait, Scully, I'm sorry, I can't sing for you. Dad's orders. Wait, no. Yeah, I'm sorry, Scully. Dad told me that I'm not allowed to sing anymore, so... I don't want to get sacked. Track fact. We've used this track since the 1960s. Jim Clark absolutely dominated the race in 1965, winning by about 4 minutes. An absolutely incredible drive, even though he had one hand on the steering wheel and one hand on the gear stick. That's a track fact for you. That is spam track. I don't have many. Please don't. Spam track. Dan, that's another thing that needs to be increased. Can you change that as well? I'm joking. You can leave that one. Yeah, we've got Kiwi, first person to be lined up onto the grid, but it's going to be Carsey on pole position, even though he'd been disqualified. I don't know what happened. Let me check his stream. No, never mind. So yeah, here we go then. We're ready and waiting for them infamous 5 red lights to get us going here. Come on, you really want Croaky to get a podium, Scully? Really? I'm joking. Here we go then. What is this camera shot? Can I get a better camera shot of the 5? There we go, that's better. Mazepin giving us the optimal camera shot for the 5 red lights here. Croaky rivals. I mean, Croaky's not really a rival, but, you know, okay. Everyone is now lined up on the grid. Go on board with Carsey for them 5 red lights. Here we go then. Just waiting. Very patiently. Just Give us a moment as we see multiple boards flash by above the lights. Eventually. Oh, who's left? That is... God damn it, who's left? Need to know. Here we go then. Taylor's left. Oh. Niall's left. A lot of people disconnecting. Oh, this is a great start. TikTok. Time's ticking. Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 lights. 5 lights on. And it's go, go, go here at Belgium. Brilliant start from Carson there. He keeps his lead into turn 1. Seems like that's Jesper trying to go down the inside of someone. Here comes FZ. Up into P1 he goes. Carson gets the switch back. Is he going to get past? No, he's not. Jesper up into P3. Double overtake for him into turn 1. Very good start there from Jesper. Seems like Rambo has got past his teammate Mazepin as well. Here comes a JSR on the back of Louis, just not close enough to make a move up Rouge. But it's now FZ up in the lead, the reigning champion here. I just got 5k points. I don't know why. Here comes Croaky round the outside of Jesper. Can he make it stick? Oh, very slow there, but it's Croaky now with the inside line. But it's Jesper gets it back, and Jesper's gone in AI mode, or is he? I don't know what's happened, but Jesper is gone. Hey? Something's happened there. I have no clue what's just happened. Bit strange, but it's FZ with a massive gap to the field. 3 seconds. FZ's pulling. Let the guy cook. Let the guy cook. Wow. So off he goes into the distance. Seems like Eli's gained a couple of positions. Taylor's joined back to the session. Shut up. Oh, I've got more points than Scully. Let's go. 10.1k. KJ gonna do good. He's down in P15 right now. I'm not sure about that for now. But it seems like there's a bit of a scrap going on up near the top end. Doesn't seem like anyone's going side by side. There's some AI here. Whoa, here comes JM. What the hell was that? And now he's dropping down multiple. What the? Oh my god, I have no clue what is happening. I've never seen such bad desync in my life. Who's like, Louis and Mazepin now going side by side up Rouge. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Side by side up Rouge, as Crofty once said. Doesn't seem like Mazepin can get past though, but he's right on the tail of Louis. Here he comes, round the outside possibly. But here comes JSR. He's got the slipstream of Louis ahead. Is it going to be 3 wide? No, it's just 2 wide between the McLaren and the Alpine. Leave and rejoin. You might be. It's not so. Sorry, Jay. We had to change a couple of things. What do you want me to do? Leave and rejoin. It might be you that's not synced. Got it. Yeah, sorry about that, Jay. We had to change a couple of things because of that. And now I'm the only person with 10k points. So yeah, let's join back to the session now. Sorry about this chat, just typical F1 22 things. Desync. Here we go then. Yes, it is Jay, I guess. Here we are then, back in the session, and Carsey's gone round. Oh wait, what? Hey. So basically, Carsey's been overtaken by Kiwi. Rambo's now overtaken Croaky, has dropped down some positions. Mazepin's down to P10, struggling with a bit of pace, it seems. Gibbsy's up into P8 on some soft tyres. And yeah, that's basically it. FZ's lost so much time. And now we're no longer desynced. Can we get one of Sing Along of Barbie Girl? No! No! You're not getting one. Seems like that's Nick and Gibbsy going side by side into the hairpin. Who's going to come out on top? Switchback for Gibbsy, but Nick keeps it tight, so he can't get the switchback, but he's still there on the outside. He'll get a switchback into this into the no-name corner. Oh, almost contact there. Up the inside now for Gibbsy. Up through Puon. Very nice move there. Up into P7, but here comes Nick. He's got the switchback. Up into P7 goes the Aston Martin again. But here comes, oh, that was close. Gibbsy up the inside now of Nick, now round the outside. He's going to get the switchback yet again, and Nick's gone round. And he's probably got a bit of damage there on his rear wing. I think has he lost his rear wheel? No, he's still going. Still going. So yeah, that's unfortunate for Nick, but it's still FZ out at top for now. Oh, here comes Carsey down the inside. Bit of a dive there. He's the two Alpines practically pushing each other. Here comes Carsey with the switchback, opening DRS as well. He can't get the move done. Kiwi just has too much straight line speed. This Alpine getting in the way of Carsey and his race win, but now FZ made a mistake on exit and he's let his teammate by. So maybe that was a bit tactical there from FZ to get the DRS all the way down to Kemmel Straight. Up Her Rouge we now go. Two Alpines. Oh, FZ's gone. That's a massive crash. Surely that's a safety car. That is an absolute colossal crash there. And here comes Carsey now, down the inside. Easy pickings for the Williams driver. Up into P1 he goes. But that was an absolutely colossal crash. Wow. But now we've got Carsey up into P1, Kiwi's dropped down. We've got, someone's gone round, that's Mazepin. Mazepin's round, and he might just get collected a little bit if he's not careful. Luckily he doesn't. I think that's FZ that's left the session. Dracaris, I think he is back. Yes he is, Dracaris is back. Dracaris is back. But there we go. Now we've got Croaky on the rear end of Kiwi. Oh, round the outside goes Croaky. Very nice move there. I think Kiwi may have made a little bit of mistake, maybe a little bit of rear locking, but up into P2 goes the Red Bull, and he's going to get past Carsey as well. I think I've got desync again. I'm 90% sure I've got desync. No, Croaky's not leading. I'm going to have to leave and rejoin again. Sorry about this, but flipping desync. I can confirm that Croaky is in P4 actually, after looking at his stream. He wasn't leading the race. So lobby host. Sorry, Job, I missed your first message. I was just checking other people's streams. Can you say that again, please? Because the lobby host keeps leaving. Anyway, here we go. This is right. Oh, Louis gone round. No, it's Croaky that's gone round. Typical Croaky, to be honest. He's gone round, and Mazepin now going to go round the outside of Croaky, round the hairpin, very nicely there. Up into P5 goes the Ferrari. So desync has affected us quite bad. It seems. Yeah. Rambo is still at winning the. I think F said leaving caused it. He was lobby host. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's probably what caused it. Thanks for letting us know that, Jobbo. We'll keep an eye on that for the next time. Kiwi back within the DRS of Carsey, it seems. Both of them draining a little bit of ERS to probably stay or break the DRS as Jesperb's in the wall. Jesperb has spun, and he's in the wall. Luckily, he hasn't got any front wing damage, but that is not good news for the Mercedes team, especially that his teammate Niall is down in P14. Croaky gets a 3-second time penalty, even though he's got front wing damage. Otis is trying to get past Taylor. Oh, there's a bit of a collision there. Croaky's trying to come into the pits. Just managed to get in. He's clipped the wall a little bit. Gibbsy also comes into the pits for his pit stop. Need to make host the streamer to stop that. True. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, Otis now right on the tail of Taylor after that little tangle. Here comes Rambo, actually. Rambo's just flown past Kiwi, it seems. So up into P2 goes the Ferrari. I'm sure Scully will be happy about that. Not sure if he's in chat to tell us. Here comes Otis, though. Is he going to get past? No, he's just going to stay behind the Williams here. This is a little bit of cat and mouse here. To see who blinks first. That's Croaky that's gone round at pit exit doing Croaky things. Kiwi right on the tail of Rambo, but is he close enough to get that move? He's got to be careful as well because Louis is behind him. Just pick lobby host who does his job. Oh, just pick his lobby host who does his job and don't leave. Might talk to Pete about that after this. Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea, to be honest, because, you know, D6 is a massive issue on this game. Anyway, back to the racing action. Kiwi still on the tail of Rambo, but Louis is getting ever closer to the back of that Alpine. I think Red Bull has a little bit more pace than the Alpine. Scully, it doesn't need a restart. It's because the lobby host keeps... because the lobby host leaves, so then whoever the spectators are gets desync because of it. Don't know why it happens like that. Anyway, Kiwi with the DRS on Rambo, but he's not close enough to get a move into turn 1. He might be close enough to get a move into on the Kemmel straight. Croaky's gone round again, and Dracary's got a 3-second time penalty. But anyway, here we go. Upper Rouge for the Alpine driver. He's going to have DRS all the way down this straight. Opens it now. Lap 7. Is it going to be the time? In restart, question mark, says F said. Is it going to be time for the Alpine to overtake? No, just not yet. He knows that he's got Kopi probably watching along this, the Alpine head. So he's got to impress really and try to get past this Ferrari, but he's just completely tactical right now. He's just sticking behind for now. I'm pretty sure F will be able to give us an insight about what his teammate is doing. Not sure if they're in a Discord call together, but hey ho. Louis getting ever closer to the back of the Alpine though, although he does have that penalty. We need Kopi back racing in tier 3 full time. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Kopi is an absolute legend. Who's gone round? Croaky's gone round. Oh my god. Is that going to be a safety car? He's gone at the top of Radion, it seems. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a safety car. This helps everybody that is on the medium tyres, because maybe this could be able to get the people on medium tyres to the end if they box onto some hards. This just resets the whole race now. As Carsey's now going to come into the pit, so he's probably going to do a medium strategy. Rambo comes in as well. Kiwi comes in. Everyone's coming in, it seems. Mazepin, what does he do? He's going to come into the pit, just creating a little bit of a gap so you don't get affected by the double stack. Seems like Nolan's coming in. Taylor's going to come in. Everybody's coming in except from JM. TJ's coming in. JSR, Niall. Everybody is coming into the pit lane. It's absolutely packed here. It seems like Carsey's going to retain his lead though, as he was only just ahead of JM. We've got Rambo in P2, so Kiwi's going to get held up a little bit by the Alfa Romeo. A lot of people though came into the pits. Gibbsy, this is going to help Gibbsy as well. He's on them hard tyres. He needs to make a move on if he wants to gain any positions of it though. Jesper comes into the pits. Eli comes in. Nick is in the IR mode, so I don't know what he's going to do. But yeah, that's basically the round of pit stops done and dusted. Let's see what tyres everyone's gone to. So everyone's on mediums. Quite a few people on hards. So I want to say top 9 have to stop again. Everyone from Otis down to Gibbsy might not have to stop again. Monumental will have to stop again. Jesper and Eli also. And Nick's obviously not made a stop. I need my amazing teammate back. Yeah, need to get Kopi back racing here. Hopefully we can. Not too sure though. Yeah, we'll just wait for the safety car to peel into the pits. I'll tell you what, I haven't asked this. It's a bit rude of me. How has all your days been? Anyone who's watching here, well, we've got this safety car to you know, just like have a little bit of chat, really. You know, race has calmed down a little bit. Now we get to see what you all been doing today. Oh, this has been an interesting race. 8 laps in, and we've already got a safety car. Now Kopi is too busy pretending to run a team. That's an ouch moment right there, Jobbo. That's ouch. Yeah. Croaky spin crash sickle, says Niall. Shit, because Dan up the singing. Jay, all I can say is just get good. And I'm gonna have to leave again. Oh, for Croaky, why? Can't be arsed. Wait a minute, what? Guys, do I need to leave again? Oh my god! I can't be bothered. I can confirm it was decent because I've just checked on Eli's stream. He wasn't in P10. To be fair, I don't think Croaky would know he was. That is a good point actually. Guess it's kind of random who gets host. Now it's Nolan, so let's hope that Nolan doesn't retire and leave the session. Anyway, we're back. Back and ready to go. Oh, there we go. Just fix itself a little bit there. And yes, it was desync, unfortunately. So yeah, we've got lap 9 out of 22. So yeah. This needs to be sorted. Give the stream a host. I mean, it would probably be a better option, but it all depends about like who's like not tier coordinator, but you know what I mean, like who's like high up in ranks, if you get what I mean. Yes, it would probably be beneficial, because then obviously you won't get this desync problem that's very common, but you know. Because in the past, when the host has left, we've never had like this issue. Yeah, but Dan, to be honest, we did have kind of a glitch with the start this time, you know. Like, we were on the grid and it took about a minute and a half before the lights went out, before the lights even started. Anyway, safety car will be in this lap, so we'll get back underway in racing. Lap 9 out of 22. This race is going kind of slow, you know. All the drivers weaving around. I'm not sure what the hell is happening here with Rambo's car. This looks amazing. But yeah, Carsey will lead us off into the distance. And he's going to go now. He might have caught Rambo out a little bit there. He definitely caught JM out, as he's lost 1.5 seconds. That's an absolute steal there for the top two. And they can't make any overtakes until Carsey crosses the start-finish line. So, it's an absolute perfect restart there from the Williams driver. He keeps his P1 for now. because he's got Rambo right up his tail. Here comes Kiwi round the outside of JM. He needs to get past as soon as possible, as JM hasn't boxed yet, and that's exactly what he's doing. Switchback move from the Alpine. Not going to go side by side. Upper Rouge, unfortunately, but up into P3 goes the Alpine. Back on the podium is Kiwi. Louis will be the next person to try and get past JM, but JM might want to try and get past Kiwi. He had the slipstream all the way down the Kemmel Straight. Up the inside, he just hasn't got the grip compared to the medium tyres to keep it. Like Alonso says, all the time you have to leave the space. Here comes Louis though. He's going to try and dive it down the inside. No, he's just going to have to stick behind for now. I don't know why there's a yellow flag, but it seems to be sorted. I think Nick went round, but Rambo still in P2 as car seat leads the pack, as he's done many times this season. He can deal with pressure so well. I've seen this guy in WOR tier 3. He's that fast, and he is just dominant. In IFC. I'm not sure about any other leagues that he does, as TJ gets a 3-second time penalty. Back to the battle for P4 though. Louis right on the tail of JM. Let's see what he can do. He's using his ERS to try and get past, but he's just not close enough to get side by side with the Alfa Romeo just yet. But here he comes. Is he going to go down for in the inside? Yes, he will. Up the inside goes the Red Bull. He's just going to go around the outside this time. Not sure what on earth is happening. There we go. Carsi sets the fastest lap of the race. Here we go. Louis now on the inside of JM. Up into turn 1. Oh, he almost touches Kiwi. They just managed to stay out of contact. Here comes Mazepin now. Is he going to be able to get past the Alfa Romeo? This is crucial. He's in the championship fights right now. Carsi has got a 3-second lead apparently. Oh, have I got desync again? No. Anyway, here comes Louis now. He's in the slipstream of Kiwi. Round the outside, he's going to have to go into the chicane. Here we go. Round the outside, he's going to switch to the inside. A little bit of contact there made. And the Kiwi's round. Kiwi is round. That's unfortunate for the Alpine driver. JM now up into P4. Is he going to be able to get up in past Louis? Louis goes a little bit like all over the place at the end corner entry, but he's managed to sort himself out. I think I've got desync yet again, because this is not a 3-second gap, if you ask me. Yeah, Louis now up into P3. Rambo is just on mad lag. Yeah, true, actually. Yeah, so it's Mazepin now, next person to try and get past JM, but JM he's managing to keep up with Louis here. He's still within the DRS. Obviously, it will be enabled at the end of this lap, as cars. That looks fine, Cal. What do you mean, Dan? Look, this is not a 3-second gap from P1 to P2. Who's that? Eli's gone round, it seems, at the middle sector split. Anyway, seems like Ink's Mazepin is getting very close to the back of JM. There we go. It seems to have sorted itself out now. Mazepin very close to the back of JM. Is he going to make a move down the inside? No, he's just going to have to stay behind until the DRS, which will be on the Kemmel Straight. But JM's also going to have that DRS, but he won't have as much an effect of the slipstream, and he is flashing with his ERS. Meanwhile, Mazepin has got 52% to play around with. Opening DRS now. Mazepin knows that the car ahead is under 10%. He's going to use the ERS to get past. Or is he? No, he's just saving it for now. He's not going to get past just yet. So, seems like he's going to have to stick behind for now. Gibbsy now getting past Jesperb. Jesperb's gone round. Jesperb is in the wall at the chicane. So that's even more devastating news for the Mercedes crew. Although this time his teammate is in P9, so it's not that bad. It's back to the lead front battle though. Not the lead battle. For P3. JM still managing to keep on to the back of Louis, but he's got Mazepin right up his gearbox there. Through the middle sector we now go. Nick has retired. He seems to have crashed up Rouge. So that's not good news for the Aston Martin team. Is he going to cause another safety car like Croaky did? Doesn't seem like it will for now. Oh, it seems like JM's just letting Mazepin pass there. Very nice work from, very nice teamwork there from the Ferrari Academy. Maybe a little bit of team orders there in play, just to let Mazepin try and challenge for a podium and keep his championship hopes alive. But there we go, Mazepin now passed, and now Taylor needs to get past JM. Go on to Niall and Gibbsy, they're really close. Yeah, but it's always the top. This is a more intriguing battle, as it seems like Mazepin's going to have the DRS on Louis on the Kemmel straight. So here we go. Can Mazepin get up into P3 all the way down the straight? He's going to have the DRS. He's got a bit of ERS to play around with if he needs it. Opening DRS now. The letterbox in the back of his on the back of his rear wing, as quoted by me. Just not close enough yet again to make a move into the chicane. We might get him next time around though. Oh, big snap from Mazepin. He's lost a lot of time there, but luckily he didn't lose a position. So yeah, there's a yellow flag. Doesn't seem like it's going to affect much of the race, but Mazepin somehow, even with that massive snap, is within the DRS still. As Scully says that his heart dropped when Mazepin had that massive snap. To be honest, mine almost did as well. But I don't know what I was recreating F1 real life crashes. Oh, great. But yeah, it seems like Louis just has a little bit of an edge over Mazepin. But JM still within that DRS, surprisingly. Had weird ring damage, so yeah, just was just yeah, I thought you had DRS. I can't remember if it was you that clattered into the wall. Pretty sure it was actually, yeah. But yeah, Mazepin 7/10 behind P3 right now. Scully, what were you saying about that Niall and Gibbsy battle? They're nowhere near each other. Yeah, seems like Mazepin is just gaining little by little, lap by lap, to the back of Louis. It seems like that's TJ that's gone round. TJ has gone round. He's losing quite a few positions. Down to P16 goes my fellow Hash driver. Here comes Mazepin with the DRS. Is he close enough for a dive? No, he thinks better of it down the inside of the chicane, but Taylor gets past JM. Crucial move for the Williams driver. And that means that Williams will probably be the highest scoring team right now, with a P1 and a P5. Very solid from the Williams team, but we've also got Ferrari, who's going to gain a lot of points in this race, with Rambo and Mazepin in the top 4. Speaking of Mazepin, he's within 5/10 of Louis, just not close enough to find a gap down the inside. Obviously, the famous quote from Ayrton Senna: "If you no longer go for a gap that exists, you are no longer a racing driver." As Mazepin goes off into the gravel, that's the second time he's had a massive snap, and he might lose. He lost DRS this time, and Taylor is right on the tail of him. Tail, get it? Anyway, so he's gonna have that DRS on the main straight and the Kemmel straight, but will he be able to make that move? Not too sure. Scully's heart probably. Scully probably on the team radio to Mazepin: "Calm down, lad, calm down." But yeah, here comes Taylor. He's got the DRS on Mazepin. He's just way too far back to try and even get close or even think about a move down the inside. As TJ gets a 3-second time penalty. Still Mazepin trying to catch up to Louis. Yellow flag, and that's Eli that's gone round this time. He's gone round at the final corner, that is. TJ is retired. He's gone in the pits. Dracaris gets a 3-second time penalty yet again. Mazepin's still not close. He's still not going to get that DRS just yet on Louis. So Louis might be able to keep this P3 position, although he has a penalty. So that could decide whether Mazepin gets this podium or not. And if he does, that could mean that Ferrari are the top scoring constructors for this race, as Otis gets a 3-second time penalty, and he's right No, he's not right. Louis gets another 3-second time penalty actually. So Mazepin is basically guaranteed this podium now, unless he makes a mistake with these 7 laps to go. Yeah, he's still within that DRS of Louis. Luckily for him. Not sure if he's going to be able to make the move. Eli has gone round yet again. This time in the 2nd sector after the hairpin. So yeah, not too great for him. Yeah, Mazepin is just out of 1 second of Lewis. So we will not get the DRS on this start-finish straight, but it might get it on the Kemmel straight. I'd love to know what tyres... Oh, JM's now coming into the pits. He figures it's time for a pit stop. For this race, there was 8 points separating Alfa Romeo in P1 and Ferrari in P4 in the Constructors. That is close. Dan, do you mind giving me an update on what the Constructors will be like right now? If you don't mind, that'd be much appreciated. Mazepin now back within a second of Louis. He will not get the overtake done on the Kemmel straight just yet, but he might get it done next lap. But we're not too sure just yet. But yeah, the scarlet red Ferrari still on the tail of the Red Bull. This rivalry you saw all of real life last season, and we're probably going to see it this season as Carsey gets a 3-second time penalty, and if Rambo gains just a couple of tenths, he could win this race, you know, and that would be yet another Grand Prix that Carsey doesn't win due to penalties. So not the best of luck this season so far for the Williams driver. But we'll have to see what happens at the end of this race as Eli now leaves the session. Luckily, he's not the host, so it will not give us a desync issue again. Yeah, that could be decisive for the championship battle. Jesper now gets a 3-second time penalty down in P15, so it won't affect him. But yeah, Mazepin's still within that DRS range of Louis ahead. 7 tenths separate them as we start a brand new lap. Lap 17. We are now on of this Belgian Grand Prix. Let's see, can Mazepin get close enough to the back of to the back of Louis, as it seems like Otis has just been overtaken, or trying to overtake JM, but unfortunately for him, he isn't able to, as JM now gets past his teammate. He's on them fresh medium tyres, looking to try and get a couple more points for the Hinwil-based team. Here comes Mazepin, 3 tenths, 2 tenths now separate them. Is he close enough? He's not yet. But he probably will be close enough, as Louis gets a little bit of a snap on the exit there. So this might give Mazepin a little bit of a confidence boost into the dying laps of this race. He's practically pushing Louis through these corners. There's also a battle between Niall and Monumental here. As it stands, Williams are leading on 161 points from Ferrari on 152. Thanks, Dan, for the update. Much appreciated, as Monumental gets overtaken by Kiwi. And I think Niall had a little bit of an issue there. Just missed it as I was reading Dan's message there. Thank you for that, by the way, Dan. Much appreciated. Pole was Carsey. Fastest lap, I will get to you in a moment. Fastest lap Carsey has at the moment. Yeah, here we go then, back to the lead battle. Oh, who's gone round? That's Nolan that's gone round, and he's gone round at the corner that many people crash at. Luckily, he hasn't, well, lost his wheels. He's able to continue on as Carsey starts a brand new lap, lap 18 out of 22. Tauri just clattered him from Marsbeck. So Williams are going to be on 163 points, then Ferrari will be on 152 points. That's good information to know, but JM might just steal that fastest lap as he's on them fresh medium tyres. And yes, he does. So Williams now lose a point because of that. Here comes Mazepin down the Kemmel straight. He's going to absolutely fly by the Red Bull. Unlike real life, he's going to have to go round the outside of Louis. Is there going to be contact? No, the move is done before the chicane. I just DNF'd my last race of the season. Was a good one. One race I'm finished, and I'm just the goat of IFC. I agree. Oh! Mazepin gets a 3-second time penalty, so this means that there is a fight for P3 now. It was going to be guaranteed, but now it might not be, as Otis Beckmars now gets past Gibbsy there. So Mazepin is going to have to keep on that position. He might be able to do it. Not too sure about that though. So yeah, we're going to keep an eye on this battle. But here comes JM down the inside of Kiwi through Puon. Very nice move there. He's got Niall Guillot now up ahead of him. Let's see if he can get past who's being held up by Nolan, who I think has front wing damage a little bit. As here comes JM down the inside. He's not close enough. He shut the door a little bit there. Nolan goes wide. That slows Niall. Around the outside goes JM. Brilliant move from the Alfa Romeo driver. And he's going to get Nolan as well. Nolan goes wide. Up into P8 now goes the Alfa Romeo. So he's gaining crucial points for the team. Here comes Niall. Oh! I don't know what's happened there. But the Alpine of Kiwi and Monumental, no, Nolan even, have gone round and have hit the wall. So that's devastating news for them, and that gives Alfa Romeo even more points as Gibbsy now moves up a couple of positions. Is Louis going to be able to get back past the Ferrari of Mazepin though? He's got the DRS all the way down the Kemmel Straight, but he's absolutely miles back. There is no way he's going to be able to get past, even with that DRS and slipstream. And Gibbsy and Nolan now come into the pits. Gibbsy probably wanting that fastest lap point. Nolan's retired. Kiwi also comes into the pits, presumably for a new set of soft tyres. Kiwi just said he got brake checked. Thanks for the information, Jobbo. That'll probably be investigated after the race, and it could be possible qualifying ban for Nolan if it was intentional. But Louis, very close to the back of Mazepin, maybe close enough to make a move. Who's gone round? It's Dracaris, that is. He's gone round at no name. So down to P11 goes the Aston Martin. Just want to keep an eye on the Alfa Romeo's points as well, if you don't mind that, Dan, just to see if they get enough points to keep ahead, as JM now gets a 3-second time penalty, so that's not good news for him. Louis 4/10 behind Mazepin. He might be close enough on this lap to make a move. He breaks very late into the bus stop chicane. Louis absolutely flying now. He's saved his pace for the end. He might have better tyre wear than the Ferrari ahead. Red Bull versus Ferrari. Where have we seen this battle before? Maybe a couple of hours ago, possibly, to just jog your memory a little bit. The DRS is going to be the tool that Louis needs to get past, as Otis Beckmar is now going side by side with Monumental. Otis gets the DRS, but look at the straight line speed of the AlphaTauri. Oh, oh, even better. So, Otis now round the outside of Monumental. Here he goes, side by side, they're going to be through up at Eau Rouge. Brilliant racing here. Otis gets past Monumental. Up into P9 goes the Haas. But neither of them have DRS, so it's all about slipstream. Who's got the better slipstream speed? It's Monumental. He absolutely flies past the AlphaTauri. Got that done, I won't leave this time. As long as there's no desync. Hit side by side again between these two. Brilliant battling here. Just don't seem like they're now close enough to make a move on each other. It's calmed down a little bit, you could say. But yeah, back to the battle for P3. Louis very close to the back of Mazepin, but he's just not close enough to make a move. They're going impeccably. That seemed a little bit slow there. Not too sure. Here comes Taylor, actually. Taylor's going to have the DRS soon. He does have the DRS. So these two have been battling so much that Taylor has managed to catch up to the back of them too. Look at this. Taylor's gaining massively. And it's desync, actually. It's desync. Oh. Yep, it's desync. Dan, do you mind if I leave just so we can get the actual thingy? Race results. Stats. Don't leave. Mate, he's... okay, whatever. Yeah, this is a joke now. I can't believe this. These two are now AI though for me. Would you rather have 2 laps of actual racing or 2 laps of guess racing? Be honest. I will take like 15 seconds to do it. As Gibbsy's left the session now. Dan, I'm actually begging. Can I please just like leave the lobby and join back? Oh, what's happened here? Yeah, this is definitely desync. Don't know what on earth is happening here. I'm just gonna leave and join back. I'll be literally seconds. I'm not joking. Oh, this is so dumb. So here we are then, back, and JSR has taken the fastest lap of the race, it seems. I don't know what's happened. Mazepin's dropped down loads of positions. He's spun. Mazepin has spun at the exit, and that's cost a lot of crucial points gone for Ferrari. So that's devastating news for them. Oh, he's got a puncture. Correct, he does have a puncture. Rear right, yeah. So Mazepin, unfortunately for him, got a puncture on the rear right, and he's going to have to box on the final lap of the race. That's devastating news for the Ferrari team. He's just trying to gain control, but he just can't do it. And he's trying his hardest. This is absolutely devastating news for Mazepin. That's Spa for you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. But anyway, Carsey through the middle sector we go. He's been absolutely dominant this entire race. Pole position, he got P1 in Q1, P1 in Q2, P1 in Q3. Starting on pole, had a bit of an iffy start as JSR gets past Taylor. Taylor's lost a lot of time here. Oh, he's got a puncture as well. Taylor's also got a puncture, so JSR now gets up into P3. But back to the Carsey, through the bus stop chicane we go. He's got one more corner to navigate. Carsey, he's going to extend his championship lead. Here he comes. Williams gets his another win. Carsey wins the Belgian Grand Prix. Rambo comes home in 2nd place. Louis, with a brilliant drive, is going to come home in P3 as long as... Oh, he gets another 5 second... He's getting a 5 second time penalty. So JSR might take this 3rd place from him. Yes, he does. BRTJM, he stays in P5. Niall Guillot, he's had an absolute belter of a recovery. P6 for him. Otis P7. Monumental, he's coming through the chicane now, and he is going to take home a P8. Jesper in P9. Taylor, unfortunately for him, is going to come home in P10 after his puncture cost him a possible P4 for the Williams team. Now this could affect the championship massively. Dracaris, is he going to take fastest lap away? Is he going to take it? We'll see now. And no, he doesn't. He comes home in P11 though. Gibbsy, person who left the session, he'll come home in P12. Kiwi is going to come home P13, and unfortunately for Mazepin, he's going to have to settle for P14. Absolutely devastating race for Mazepin there. He was on for a podium until the dying laps, where he lost his rear right tyre and got a puncture. Absolutely devastating. Well, there we go then. That is IFC wrapped up. Now we're gonna have to see if we get some drivers in for some interviews. So yeah, absolutely amazing race, really. Yeah. So there he is then, Carsey coming out onto the podium, the Williams driver, to take another win back to the factory. It's been an absolutely amazing race for him, and he deserves this win, really. He's going to extend his championship lead to the rest of the field. Going to try and get Rambo in here for an interview. It's going to be hard to get JSR for one. I'm pretty sure Carsey is unable to do one. So yeah, we'll try and get Rambo in. Oh, for... There you go then. That is your finishing order for the race. Top 14 there for you. There we go then. We've got Carsey, your race winner. Rambo in P2, JSR P3, JM P4. Absolutely brilliant drive from him after he had to box. Niall P5, Louis P6, Otis P7, Monumental P8. Jesper P9, Taylor P10, Dracker is P11, Gibbsy P12, Kiwi P13, Mazepin P14, and all your retirements: Nolan, Eli, TJ, and a couple of other people. I just missed them. We've got Niall in here as well for an interview. But first of all, we're gonna start off. Whatever. I'll do one on you anyway.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go with Rambo first. Rambo, may I ask, have you included your audio to the stream first of all?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, thank you. What a race you've had. It's been pretty boring for you. But yeah, how do you feel about that race?
I'm just glad I didn't get punctured, to be honest.
Obviously, yeah, devastating news for your teammate who got a puncture on the second to last lap, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was him and Taylor that got punctures.
What percentage were your tyres on?
They were like 85, I think.
85%? That is mad.
Something like that.
And you didn't get a puncture? Wow. Do you think that safety car helped you at all, Rambo, to get that podium?
Not really. I think it would have gone either way with or without the safety car. It doesn't really play a big, like, game changer on this track. Because the hards and mediums have the same lifespan.
Yeah, it's a bit pretty similar. When you saw that Carsey got a penalty, did you have just a little thought in your mind that the race win could be on the cards for you?
Nah, I didn't have the pace. He was just way too quick. I didn't want to risk over pushing then spin or something, so I'll settle for P2.
Yeah, a very nice race from you. Take 30 points back to Ferrari. Absolutely brilliant race from you. Yeah. Was it 29?
I'll take that.
29. Yeah, 29 points for you. We'll go and let you enjoy the rest of your night. Absolutely cracking race from you, and we'll catch you next week.
Yep, thanks guys.
Thank you. Niall then. You've done
Hello.
You've had an absolute
an
mad
interesting race. Very interesting. Yeah, I'll ask myself some questions. I disconnected.
Did you?
At the very start. When I was going into the start, I disconnected because I went to put some music, and then I disconnected. And then I destroyed the lobby start.
But everybody, did you know every single host that left gave me desync, so I had to leave and join back again off your profile.
It's interesting that every crash was the lobby host.
Such a coincidence, man. Yeah, you had a brilliant race though. Absolutely amazing recovery.
I'm gonna be storming up the charts for positions gained again. P6, it feels like a win, honestly, for me. It's such big damage limitation.
I mean, you got the same place that I got yesterday.
Yeah, but except you were last.
What do you mean?
because it was 7
yeah.
runners, but yeah.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Anyway, that has been Tier 1, the Belgian Grand Prix here. Round 4, what a Grand Prix it's been. Multiple issues with
See you next week.
T6. Yeah, we will see you next week, actually. It's going to be the sprint race at Spain for Tier 3 is going to be on Friday, so make sure you're there 7:30 as usual. We'll catch you then. Enjoy the rest of your weeks, and we'll
Bye-bye.
and we'll catch you then. See you later.